There we have it. The lobby is set. The casters are set.
Hey, the pieces are shit. The board is something. And I am Gandalf.
What? All right, here we go. We're doing it. We're getting in. It's happening. The last series of the day. The final stretch. The final countdown.
Holding my breath. And speaking of holding, here we have it. Trying to hold his title of the Demi of Mexico. Here, can he do it? Can he do it here? In the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand of Eternal Empire. LE. We have the red Zerg all the way from Guadalajara, Mexico. Por favor. We have representing Chivo Esports as well as the city, his hometown, Guadalajara. We have Cham. Ian.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have now only representing the United States of America, as well as the clan Bear Me. It is PiLiPiLi.
Every time I hear Bear Me, I think of noodles.
Why?
Because me is like a word for noodles here.
Oh. Okay. Thought you didn't know Cantonese.
Yeah. What? No, wait, is that where it's from?
What?
I actually don't know where it's from. I just know that it's used.
Well, I assume it's either Cantonese or Mandarin. Is it not?
Oh yeah, it could be. No, it might be.
I'm assuming that's why it's mi goreng. If mi is noodles and goreng is like fried, then mi goreng is fried noodles, right?
Yeah, that's correct, but that's Malay.
That's not Malay.
That's Malay.
Can it not be multiple languages that use the same word?
Yeah, it could be Malay and Indonesian, but Malay is Indonesian, pretending that it's not.
What came first, the egg or the eggs?
Fight me, Malaysia.
Okay, so we do have pretty similar opening to last game. I say similar. We do have a Twilight Council.
This time, PiLiPiLi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he went for the Twilight.
Oh, it's gonna get scattered though. There's nothing here to stop the Overlord. There's nothing here.
Mate. Nothing. He saved all his gas for that dank shrine. Oh, but the trajectory.
Oh, he's gone for it.
Trajectory.
Yeah, he's gone for it. He knows.
He sees it now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
beautiful.
Not hide from the eyes of the Cham.
The champ?
Yeah.
And yeah, just like that. And PiLiPiLi again, he knows he saw. He saw the Overlord.
Backing up, boys.
I mean, you can transition. You know, this is why Archon drops are a thing.
Like, yeah. Again, it's not necessarily the Dark Templar that, like, the Dark Templars are necessarily the end game. The Archons that you get from the Dark Templar are also not necessarily the end game, but it's the part after.
Yeah,
the Dark Templar.
Like, ideally, depending on your control, of course, the Archons are used to keep the Zerg player at home, to, you know, get whatever damage you can done, whether it's a couple of drones, whether if it's a queen, overlords, like, it's just designed to keep the Zerg busy and get extra damage done if you're, you know, if you've got the micro, if you're lucky enough, like, depending on what happens.
PiLi is playing like the AI.
Ah.
There's the second warp prism.
Ooh, and the DTs are going in, but there is
the AI do that.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of queens and quite a few lings as well as that detection.
Oh, I've seen Neeb do this. You know, get two warp prisms. It does require a lot of APM though.
Yeah, a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Zarkon!
Ooh,
barely makes it out.
So close.
Very, very close. Oh yeah, as I was saying, PiLiPiLi is fully American now, so obviously he tries to learn from an American icon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
M-canning.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, and we do have PiLiPiLi now with those two Archons. Looking to see what he can get done.
Get quite a bit done, yeah. He's gonna get quite a bit done. He does have to worry about this.
Doesn't have transfuse energy.
Luckily, Cham wasn't really targeted down too much. Or luckily, Cham wasn't targeting it down, but he is targeting down that warp prism. Loses a queen though.
Mm-hmm. And there's the purpose of the second warp prism coming in with DTs. Oh, and he killed the queens as well.
I think PiLiPiLi's gonna take a map.
Potentially. I mean, it could be too early to call.
It's possible. PiLiPiLi did get a lot of drone damage, but
he's still ahead.
Not that far behind, and he already loses an Archon.
Yeah.
Cham's already out, and this is where Cham can really start to flex.
Exactly. Like, even though this is reminiscent to a previous game that we saw, even though I think it was with Paco Mike, even though Cham lost 19 workers, he is still ahead by 4, and PiLiPiLi still on 2 bases, and Cham is denying or delaying that third as well with this Overlord. Mate.
Dude. Mate.
And we do have Roach Speed finishing up. Potentially, Cham could go for a counterattack. I'm not too sure. Like, he could just be fine to just chill at home and macro up. Ooh, PiLiPiLi heavily supply blocked, actually.
I know that feel where you just, like, get a bunch of supply units or buildings. No, it's only supply units, yeah. And, I mean, you generally want to get, like, later on in the game anyway. Maybe not so much earlier in the game with Overlords. You do want to, like, spend your larva. It's good to spend your larva.
Yep, and here comes the push.
The engagement is happening. The corrosive vials do land very nicely. That's a very, very low health Archon. That's literally one click with this army. And it's gone. But PiLiPiLi isn't letting that happen. He is moving his Archons back quite a bit. Using the Immortals as a bit of a buffer, but he's already lost 2 of them.
Yeah, but there's not much here to defend against, like, to buffer. Yeah, but the Archons fall, and now all the Immortals as well.
PiLiPiLi was all in at this point. Cham is not. Look at the production tab. Cham just going full ham with the roaches. PiLiPiLi struggling to even get anything. GG. Cham takes game 1. Already a match point. What was that? 6 minutes, 20 seconds?
8 minutes.
Already a match point. 8 minutes? Oh yeah, because it's been a little late on stream. Already a map. Oh, also, it shows up here.
It does.
Like, 8 minutes, 14 seconds. 8 minutes, 14. Hello. Everybody said to me, look, you gotta learn math. And I'm like, I don't like math, and I ain't good at it. Why should I learn math? Just because I'm Asian? Why are you so racist? God damn you.
Hey, thank you, Alpha B, Alpha Black, for rating Party of 12. And that's in that's in general. When it comes to what you say, Yaku.
That was the wrong time to get correct.
God damn it, Yaku. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Alpha X did just have an MVP cup, I do believe.
Oh.
Masa versus Art. Yeah. Masa versus Art in the finals over there. I'm not too sure who came out on top there. but cool to see. Again, you know, we were talking previously about the in-house tournaments that Alpha X runs, this being one of them.
The ZvP Cup.
Yeah. I'm not too sure who was...
to incentivize your players into practicing with one another.
Yeah. Casted by Kozan. Thank you very much.
Oh. I don't know who that is, but I assume they did a good job.
Yeah. Here we go. Getting into game number 2.
I generally think so.
Between these two players.
People who commentate StarCraft 2 generally do pretty well.
Yaku, you really need to go to bed after this. You really need to lie down. just a big oof. Oh boy.
I figured out that it's fine that I cannot get drunk because all I have to do is stay up and I have a similar effect.
I may have accidentally pressed the wrong button. Do you want to go? Do you want to go for it, Yaku?
In the bottom right, starting the bottom right, we have the red Zerg. He's looking. He's going. So to make his mark, this will be his first. And if he can keep this up, he's got dreams, he's got aspirations. The Demi of Mexico. Can he do it? Well, we shall see. This 4 in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spotting in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. The red, the map is Ephemeron, LE. LE stands for lithium emblem. That's figure out what it means and then tell me what that means so I can know what it means. Red Zerg representing Chivo SC2, as well as the hometown, the motherland, the place, the whatchamacallit, Guadalajara, new, not new, old. Well, I mean, it's not really old, right? Because like Mexico went through a couple of different reforms and revolutions from its original inception, so you can't really call it old. But you can't really call it new Mexico either, because that's the name of a state. I don't really get that either, although New Mexico is pretty good. Look at that probe snipe! The Red Zerg, we have Pablo Cham Blanco, or as we just call him, Cham. PN.
And in the top left-hand corner of Ephemeron LE, we have, representing the clan Bear Me, as well as the United States of America, down 2-0 in this series. It is PiLiPiLi.
I apologize that I gave Cham enough time to get his natural, so when the switch to base button, it would cycle to natural instead of to PiLiPiLi.
Anyway.
That's
we have
the
Cham.
Stargate!
Yeah, we have Cham being pretty greedy. I don't know if I want to say greedy. He's getting his third. He's also getting a Roach Warren. It is, mate.
I feel like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen this. I feel like
it is.
I feel like you might have done this quite a few times.
It's literally the only thing I do. But he is whipping it out. What is it, Yaku?
He was the founder of it. We have La Cucaracha build.
We
or
do.
La Cucaracha Dong, if you prefer.
Meanwhile, he's trying to be aggressive with these lanes. He does spot the Stargate as well as its units.
It gives him scouting. It causes quite a bit of distraction. It's nothing but beneficial, these lings. And roaches are out. GG.
I mean, we'll see. Like, this is an ideal. This is an ideal situation, because it's difficult for these Stargate units. Yeah, it's difficult for these Stargate units to really do much against these roaches. In saying that, though,
I was about to
go for it.
Yeah, I was about to say that PiLiPiLi is actually potentially set up to defend against this. You know, get a good stasis ward. He's getting his void rays, but this is
not going to be done
right now.
Yeah, the void ray isn't going to be done in time. The shield battery is only just now going down. The Oracle came back to help, but I don't know if it's going to be able to do much against all these roaches. He's trying to bust down through the cybernetics core, and the void ray, it looks like it will finish though, just in time for this.
It will. And as the old saying goes, roaches don't chew it up.
The shield batteries are finishing as well.
PiLiPiLi should just about barely hold this, but honestly, even if he does manage to hold this, to what end? Because Cham is not out of this.
Yeah, that one zealot is trying to stay alive for as long as it can. It's, oh my god, with 2 shield batteries, it's just able to hold the line. I can't believe how long it's been alive. Oh my god, but the Lynx get in! The zealot moved!
The Lynx are in, there is no wall. PiLiPiLi trying to make a sort of a new wall, and there's just so many Lynx that the Void Ray just cannot keep up. But thanks to the zealots, thanks to the shield batteries, thanks to the everything, really.
He gets in again.
Never mind, Cham is going in again.
He just keeps going in.
Cham's retreating. Cham's on the back foot. He's gonna go back now. Nope. He's gonna go back in. That's what he's gotta do.
And behind this, he is droning up. He does have 3 hatcheries. Does have to be careful because this Skytoss army, you know, it can potentially do a lot.
I respect that.
Yeah.
He's not really been making queens.
No,
or
he
anything
has
else
not.
other than a roachling.
Yeah, that is typically how this build goes. It was designed to end the game, but PiLiPiLi was just able to hold on long enough to counterattack and survive, and now potentially he's going to lose this 3rd base. Cham is.
I just think it's a bit of an inevitability at this point. Inevitability at this point.
Oh, there are some queens.
Some queens now, so that helps.
Yeah, but against 2 void rays. Oh, there's a spore though, and another queen.
Ooh, 'tis accurate. But they are focusing on the Oracle right now, not really.
Oh, he gets the Phoenix.
Void rays or the Phoenix, but he does get a Phoenix in the end, yeah.
Yeah, and he saves his 3rd. Mate.
And there are enough queens to deter any further Skytoss attacks. It's a lot of zealots, though.
There are a lot of zealots. These Lings are going to be hard pressed to find any damage done. He does scout and see that there is no 3rd base, though. So now it's going to be on him to hold this. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe this is kind of a 2 base all in. That he does.
See a base race scenario.
They get in. Oh, but it's a full wall off though.
Lynx get out. It is a full wall off. PiLiPiLi is kind of all in because
he is 100%.
Can't really expand out of this, but this is an all in that can be extremely effective against what Cham has got right now. In fact, I think it will. The Zerglings are trying to get us around, but they don't quite get it. The queens are here and they do deter the Sky Army, but there's just way too much in the ground, I think.
Yeah. There are just so many zealots. Like, the queens are stuck with the force fields as well. Like, the drones are pulled, the Lings are coming out, but I don't know if there's going to be enough to push through.
There aren't any transfuses anymore here. GG. PiLiPiLi takes a map.
Right.
What's the cucaracha?
It's a series. It's not a clean sweep, you know? We were worried that Cham was going to take this 3-0. He did beat PiLiPiLi 2-0 previously in this bracket, but PiLiPiLi does fight back.
That indeed he does.
And yeah. Damn. Sorry, Yaku, this is not going to be a fast series. But it's going to be a good series regardless.
I am woke.
Okay. Again,
Belarus.
that game, it was kind of Cham forcing that situation in the sense that Cham was the one who was going for this kind of all in, and he almost broke PiLiPiLi, but it just wasn't enough. And yeah, like because of that, he was in the situation that he found himself in, where he didn't really have that much to defend his third. He had a bunch of queens and links, but that was it, really.
Which is kind of interesting because this build is not really meant to be an all-in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he turned it into it when he...
very aggressive build, but yeah, he did turn...
Yeah. That he did. And again, to be fair, he almost broke PiLiPiLi. Like, if it wasn't for those shield batteries, could have been a very different game.
I am nodding my head. But now, this is a different game because it's a different map.
Tis.
You know what to say about different maps? They're inaccurate. Which is why in the top left corner of my starting in the top left out of Nightshade, the coolest guff of all the maps. LE, of course. Stands for laughing emergency. Laughing emergency. That's when you need to laugh because there's nothing else you can really do. So you just laugh and you pause and you have a good time because you're laughing.
What are we on, east or west? I can't see.
On east.
There we go. Okay. Just wondering if maybe they made it on the wrong server, but it should be fine. Oh.
Yeah, could just be a quick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't been divulged into the reasons of the pause, but yeah, it's probably nothing too big. Maybe just a hotkey or like a profile thingy, like a hotkey profile,
yeah,
or whatnot, or even just like accidentally increasing or decreasing DPI in your mouse. What was going to this? Representing Chivo SC2, as well as the motherland, Guadalajara, Mexico. The Red Zug, we have Cham.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the Protoss player, the blue player representing clan Bear Me, as well as the United States of America, here in Battle of the Americas. On match point, it is PiLiPiLi.
PiLiPiLi is OP, as we have learned from Sarge E.
Duh. And yeah, again, we have some pretty standard openers. You know, we haven't seen any cheese at all really coming out of any of these players. You know, no early aggression or proxies of any kind. Yeah, more standard straight up games. Maybe going into 2-base all-ins, but you know, nothing.
My favorite.
Yeah.
So let's start getting opening from PiLiPiLi.
That it is.
Be fond of them. I think it's possible that he's hoping that Cham goes for a similar build.
Well, I mean, you know, he likes to mix them in. Like, it's not like he does Stargate every single game. You know, we've seen him do Robo openings as well, which is quite nice. You know, for a player to be diverse.
It's something with, yeah. It's some interesting things with Twilight Robo. Even did that Dark Shrine opening as well. Cham does see that it's going to be Phoenixes once again. He's going to have to adapt accordingly.
That he will. And yeah, just like that, Cham knows exactly the opener that PiLiPiLi went for. He should be fine. He shouldn't lose too many workers to the, I assume, Oracle that will be coming out after this Phoenix. Interesting.
Interesting. So try to cancel this out. I want to say, although I'm probably wrong. Never mind. Yeah. This,
There it is. We were talking about it. We were talking about proxies and hoping that we would see them in this series, and there we have it, mate.
Mate.
He has no idea. I was wondering, okay, so this is my thought process and why I was a little bit confused. I was waiting for the Oracle to start, and I was like, it should have started by now. Like, what's happening? Like, is he waiting for the Overlord to die? But it's because there is no follow-up, there is no Oracle. Instead, like, the tech is hidden. But Cham, exactly, and Cham, he's coming in with a second scout, and he sees it. He sees that nothing is being built from the Stargate. He sees all the gateways go down. So now he knows.
The gears are gonna have to turn.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a Churchill all-in coming in from PiLiPiLi, I do think.
Again, he doesn't see the tech, so he doesn't know exactly what is coming, but he knows something's coming. He knows something gateway heavy is coming, whether it's adepts or stalkers or zealots. Like, he's not too sure, but regardless, he should be getting ready for some kind of defense.
Yeah, he's pulling together his queens. He's getting the. To be fair, he was getting the Roach Warren regardless, but that is generally what you want versus gateway heavy sort of unit composition. He even has the spores because he's like, what if it's mass DTs?
Yeah, I mean, well, he got the spores previously because of the Stargate, but like, he shouldn't be making any. He's not going to be making. Yeah, he's not going to be making any more drones. Like, he knows that like an all-in is coming. He's making nothing but units. He's a little bit.
It is charge is complete.
Yeah.
And they're so fast. They do need to make sure that they get very nice rounds, these zealots that is. But this is a very good position for the Roaches and the Queens to be in. Queens are starting to get knocked down though.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the armor on the Roaches, they are extremely hardy. And they are starting to clear out the zealots quite a bit.
Well, the thing is, all the queens go down, so now the War Prism there's no anti-air for the War Prism, so it's free to just go into the main.
Accurate. And there's also no creep connecting the bases. This is going to take the Roaches just that much longer to get through.
Exactly.
It does. Oh, but just too many Roaches. So we're just too many Roaches in the end.
Yeah, GG is called.
Cham. It's gonna be our battle in the America's champion.
Yeah.
Ever won, I do believe.
I mean, looking at the supplies again at the end of that game, like, the PiLiPiLi was so far behind. Like, he was very much so all in. Like, he had also cut probes. He had killed all the queens, but there were just so many roaches that he just couldn't warp in enough to end the game. Like, and that's what he needed to do. He needed to end the game.
And end the game if you want to end the game.
Exactly. GG.
GNG. Cham gonna be walking back with, I don't remember the prize pool, but with something, and with the pride, the honor of Guadalajara.
Yeah, wins his first
battle
of the Americas.
Yeah.
Very nice to see. Almost
now win 13 more in a row.
Almost, winning the entire event without dropping a single map. Did drop one to PiLiPiLi in the finals. Had a couple of close games, but in the end prevailed and is our champion.
La cucaracha never dies. This is why Light gets his builds from him.
Yeah.
And they're good builds, but I mean, it can be you can have multiple reasons. It's like
Exactly. GG, well played to both of these players. A little bit unfortunate, not a single Terran in the bracket. Just nothing but Zergs and Protoss.
What it was? We casted as TVZ Eggs versus Kaluz.
That we did. Unfortunately, Kalu's didn't make it far enough in the bracket to show up on Wikipedia. that wasn't an earlier round. But yeah.
Fucking rip.
Rip. GG, well played.
Also, I guess Eric is on the bracket, but I mean...
He's Zerg.
What?
Eric is Zerg.
What?
God damn it, Yaku. Since forever, he's always been Zerg.
What?
What are you on about? Kelazur's the Terran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than one. There can be more than one.
There isn't. There can be more than one, but there isn't.
What?
Yeah.
No, but... Is there, like... I might be thinking special.
Alright, Yaku, where can we find more of you?
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I'll stream this week. Twitter.com @EmploreYakuzaku, but you should probably just follow one of the other ones that promote me better. Buy my shirts.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more of Yaku's work, as a 2019 article should be coming out pretty soon, wrapping up CranKy Ducklings and our year, as Yaku does write articles and wrap-ups for our tournaments, which we do really appreciate. I know it isn't done yet, but, you know, it is currently being worked on and is coming soon, TM. Yeah. And also tune in to Steel_Mold on Twitch, as Yaku does often appear there for Movie Club, as he does do.
Yeah, we haven't decided what we're watching next week yet, but
Yeah. They reviewed...
Make a suggestion. At Steel_Mold on Twitter.
Yeah. They recently, actually last night, did Terminator for Movie Club.
First one.
Yeah. The idea behind it, which is pretty fun, is Yaku. You know, he's pretty young. He's pretty uncultured. He doesn't.
Very old.
Yeah, he doesn't watch very many movies.
This year, I'm ancient.
Whereas Steel Mold, he is, you know, the opposite. He is timeless. He has been around since, you know, the dawn of the dynasty.
Jesus times.
Exactly. So, you know, we have those two different perspectives, and they watch movies together, which is quite fun to see. But anyway, if you want to see more of me, Light_VIP on Twitter, as well as Twitch. I don't stream too often, but, you know, you can follow us on Twitter to see, you know, events that I'm casting in or events that I'm running. More importantly, you can join our Discord, !Discord in the chat, if you want to follow our tournaments, if you want to follow tournaments in general. You know, we do try and promote whatever online events we can, amateur or professional. And yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Battle of the Americas number 2. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We're gonna raid someone if you want to continue watching some lovely StarCraft. But other than that, have a good one. Good night, Yaku. Get some rest. Get some sleep. And see you next time.
I don't know. I'm a few hours off from 24.
Should we just round it off? Just wanna.
Yeah.
Nice. Ciao.
Bella.